My parents gave my brother the 13 million mansion, luxury cars, and the family business, leaving me a rotting cabin in Alaska. My fiancé called me a loser, but when I opened the cabin door, everything changed. My brother got the 13 million estate. I got a rotting cabin in Alaska. Sitting in the lawyer's office, the words didn't even process at first. To David we leave the primary residence, the fleet of vintage cars, and full controlling interest in the family logistics company, the lawyer read, adjusting his glasses. And to Liam, he continued looking at me with what I swear was pity. We leave the property in Juneau, Alaska. That was it. 30 years of trying to be the perfect, dutiful son, brushed aside in a single sentence. My brother David just smirked. He didn't even try to hide it. When we got to the parking lot, my fiancée Sarah wouldn't even look at me. A cabin, Liam? A rotting wooden box in the snow? She snapped, her voice trembling with rage. Sarah, we can figure this out. I still have my job. Your job pays 60 grand a year, she interrupted, pulling off her engagement ring and shoving it into my chest. I'm not spending the rest of my life paying off a mortgage while your brother lives like a king. You're a loser, Liam. You always were. She drove off in the car we bought together, leaving me standing alone in the rain. I had nothing left. No family, no fiancé, no future. Just a set of rusted keys to a place I had never even seen. 2 weeks later, I was on a flight to Juneau. I didn't even know why I was going. Maybe I just wanted to freeze to death and get it over with. I rented a beat-up truck and drove 3 hours into absolute nowhere. The roads turned to dirt, then to ice, then to nothing at all. When I finally saw the cabin, my heart sank. It was exactly what Sarah said it would be. Decaying wood, a collapsed porch, windows boarded up with splintered plywood. It looked like a stiff wind would flatten it. I trudged through knee-deep snow, my hands completely numb as I forced the rusted key into the heavy padlock on the front door. It took 3 hard shoves with my shoulder to break the ice seal. The door creaked open, kicking up a cloud of dust. I stepped inside, expecting to find rat droppings and rotting furniture. Instead, I felt pristine, temperature-controlled air. The interior wasn't a cabin. It was a steel-reinforced vestibule. In the center of the room, sitting beneath a single LED bulb on a metal table, was a sleek silver briefcase and a handwritten letter. I walked over, my hands shaking as I picked up the paper. It was my father's handwriting. Liam, the letter began, if you are reading this, you made the trip. I knew you would. You always had grit. I swallowed hard, holding my breath as I kept reading. David is weak. He only cares about appearances and luxury. What he doesn't know, what no one knows, is that the family business is facing a massive federal audit. There is 20 million in hidden corporate debt, and the mansion has been leveraged 3 times over just to keep the lights on. My jaw dropped. We gave David the illusion of wealth, but in reality, we gave him a sinking ship. The IRS will take everything he has within the year. But you, Liam, you get the lifeboats. I popped the latches on the silver briefcase. Inside were rows of heavy glittering gold bars, completely untraceable. Next to them sat a leather-bound ledger detailing offshore accounts holding over $8 million in clean, liquid cash and a cold storage crypto wallet. You earned this, the letter finished. Start over, build your own empire. I sat there in the absolute silence of the Alaskan wilderness, staring at more wealth than I had ever seen in my life. Yesterday, I got a frantic voicemail from Sarah. She heard through the grapevine that David's assets were frozen by the feds, and he was facing bankruptcy. She was crying, apologizing, begging to talk things through. I smiled, deleted the voicemail, and tossed my old phone into the snowbank out back. The rotting cabin is getting a renovation, and I've never felt so alive.